Dallas Cheer would like to welcome you to
Falcon Football Weekly!
Center snapping, here we go, shine drill. Ready, set, go!
As we roll into week 5 of the season, the Falcons look to get a win Friday night in district play against Denison on the road. To break it down and talk all things Falcon football, I'm live with head coach Michael Young. Good evening, Coach.
Good evening.
Well, hey, I know you had a bye week. You got some good practice in, but it is Monday night. We record usually, at the first of the week. Monday night football. Any interest in the Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers?
No, not a lot. I mean, I'll watch a little bit of it. I just got back home from 7th grade games. Our 7th graders had a really great game. We lost 7-0. Had the ball on the 1-yard line, 3 different snaps with a minute left and couldn't punch it in, but a good game against Crown over tonight. So
nice.
Just got back and go to 8th grade tomorrow night and watch a little bit of this football. These two teams aren't a whole real interest to me. I don't care a lot about either one of them.
Sports nowadays at almost any level, it has to be entertaining and bringing in the musical element, just like the Falcon halftime show with the award-winning marching band. It's got to be entertaining on a Friday night. So at every level, college, pro, high school, there's an entertainment element alive and well.
Oh yeah, you got to keep them watching during halftime or you'll lose them.
That's right. Well, Coach Young, you had 2 close games that you came up just a little short before the bye week. Always good to give the staff and the players and everybody, the support organization, the trainers, everybody a couple days during the bye week to regroup for the balance of the season, heal up any lingering injuries, get the extra work in that, maybe you've seen some things on film thus far the first 4 weeks into the season. Anything unique to this bye week other than bye weeks in years past?
No, we did it, very similar to the same. We worked on a lot of stuff that we need to get better at. We get, 2 weeks to get ready for Denison. That really helps. Anytime you get a bye week before you play somebody, I think it's a big advantage. Princeton had a bye week before the week they played us. It really makes a big difference. It'll help us going into this Denison game. We already, usually Monday, before you play somebody, there's a lot of teaching, a lot of going over the stuff you're going to run. Today's practice was already like a Thursday practice that we would have before we play somebody. So that's how far along we are, getting ready for Denison. So, but we got some, it definitely gives you a chance to get healed up, and we're about as healthy as you can ask for this, time of the year.
That's always good, Coach. This time of year going into week or game 5, rather, of the season, injuries is a part of the game. We were just talking a little bit about one of your key players, Brandon Engel. I know you probably want to wait a couple days closer to game time, but how's he looking? And a good chance he'll suit up and play on Friday night.
I think there's a chance he'll play Friday. We'll see. I know that he's getting better every day. So definitely, if we don't get him back this week, the week after, but things are looking better with him. Things are looking a lot better too with Jackson Berry. So we're getting a couple of key guys offensively back, hopefully this week, and if not for sure, the next week.
Yeah, both those guys account for potentially some big plays on the offensive side, which can be a big difference maker on any given Friday night. So we look to have those guys back on Friday night. Hopefully they'll get some treatment this week and give you the nod that they're good to go. Coach, you and I took a week off too from our weekly coaches show, and I just mentioned I was traveling from the West Coast back, long drive back from Los Angeles. Let's talk briefly about the Princeton game. You and I both like to just look out the windshield at what's ahead, but we got to talk a little bit about what we learned from that Princeton game. What were some things, some key takeaways that you saw maybe on film, and you've had 10 days or so to process that?
Well, it's always a lot of times you look at it, it's just little things. We missed on a couple, several opportunities for big plays offensively, and that's kind of what we were lacking that whole game. It's, they were really putting a lot of people in the box. They were not going to let us run the ball. And we'd either make a mistake in pass protection or not throw the ball in the right spot, and we dropped a couple that could have been big ones too. So that's just the stuff we have to get better defensively. We we played fairly well. We still gave up a few more yards and points than we would like. We knew it was going to be tough. We saw Princeton play. They're good offensively, but we just didn't play good enough offensively to win the game. We have to, create some more big plays in the passing game, the way people are going to defend us. And that comes down to protection, catching the ball, running good routes, everything. So that's, what we spent a lot of our time working on. And I think we're going to get better. We knew we're really inexperienced on offense. It would be hard and struggle a little bit at times, but I think we're close to turning the corner, and hopefully we'll see that in this week against Denison.
Yeah, we don't spend a whole lot of time talking about the defensive side, but, your defense has been playing pretty well most of the season. At the Princeton game, a couple guys, came up pretty big with a lot of tackles, solos, and assists. Kelvin Uka, Kobe Minor continues to play well, on both sides of the ball. Kalen Ferguson, had a nice night against Princeton. Patrick Winger, Joseph Puckett, Junior Flores continues to come up big as well. What's it going to take traveling up to Denison, on the defensive side to slow those guys down to give your offense? You've mentioned before, this is not the type of offense that you've had in the past where you can score 40 or 50 points on any given night. So the defense is going to really have to start stepping up to slow down the opposing offense. What's it going to take for the Falcon football defense to slow down Denison Yellow Jackets?
Well, they're probably one of the biggest challenges you have. They play faster, snap-wise than anybody that you'll play. So they go really fast. They don't give you a whole lot of different formations, but they've got some really talented kids. It's really difficult for them. But, having 2 weeks has been probably the big advantage for our defense to get ready for that, quick offense, line a lot of time between snaps and get prepared for that. So hopefully we'll do that, because they got talented kids everywhere. A kid is sophomore that's already committed to play running back at the University of Texas. So it's going to be really challenged defensively to keep us in the game and let us have a chance, because we don't, Denison gets in a lot of shootouts, 50, to 40. We don't want to get into one of those. And so we're going to count on our defense to get some stops and get some turnovers and help the offense outscore.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets, they're 3-2, looking for a win on their home field Friday. You mentioned a couple of the players. They're not real big, Coach, but running back Jadarian Price, 5'10", 185 pounds, but he's fast. Defensive lineman Jordan Hunter, little fire hydrant, 5'10", 255 pounds, and pretty quick as well. The quarterback, Zaylen Wimbish, only 5'7", goes at $150, but quick. So they go with the quick athletes all across the place. So, you want to keep those guys off the field so your defense isn't running ragged.
Yeah, offensively, of course, Price, number 12, the wide receivers, they're guys that are going to throw the ball to whenever they need to. Winbush got Horde at quarterback. They've got a new kid that transferred from Grant, Oklahoma this year that's played quarterback the last game and a half. And I think that's kind of really changed. They haven't been able to throw the ball a lot the last couple of years, but they're really throwing the ball more. He's a taller kid with a big arm. So they're a different group right now than even they were a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to have our hands full, not just in stopping their run, which is usually what they do over and over, but they're throwing the ball around some too. So it's going to be a real challenge.
Well, Coach, you'll be traveling up through, I don't know what route you'll have the buses go, but you'll be going right up through your old stomping grounds up that, Gainesville, Denison area. Do you take a special route to kind of go back through some of the areas that you're familiar with?
Well, it depends on kind of the traffic that day. That going up through Gainesville, going up 82 is probably usually about the same time-wise if you look at going down 121 to 75. So we just usually take the best route that we can, safest, the least amount of traffic. But, I'm very familiar with Denison. I haven't been to the new stadium since they built it, but I've played Little League football, middle school football, and high school football all in Denison and against Denison through the years. So it's going to be I'm going to really enjoy going up there to that town and playing again. I know it's an old rival of mine, and it's kind of becoming one for our programs. Maybe we're going to get to play several more years in the same district.
Yeah, much like my trip back through small town Texas over the weekend. It's I saw some buses. I guess there was a game somewhere. I couldn't. It was dark. I couldn't see the name of the school, but there was a game on a Saturday night, and you could see those buses rolling through small town Texas on a Saturday night, and just special opportunities for these kids to play in a place like Denison. Like you said, there'll be some special memories for you. Anything jump out growing up in that area? Any special games you recall as a player?
Oh yeah, we've different. I know that I was on the team my sophomore year. We played them up there at their place. They just won the state championship the year before. We're still really good that year. We upset them 14-13 at their place. That's still a game I can really remember a lot about. My cousin was a senior on that team and played a really good game. So we've had some big games against Denison in basketball too. I remember some good basketball games against Denison. We were both Gainesville and Denison, both really good at basketball in those days. And I ended up going to play a year at Southeastern Oklahoma and Durant close by, and several of my teammates on that team were from Denison that I became good friends with and still today. So a lot of memories and things about Denison.
Well, with the growth of the Metroplex in the last 20, 25, 30 years, a lot of the Metroplex is just starting to move up towards that Melissa, and you get further north, up towards Denison. There's probably been quite a bit of growth there. I don't know what the enrollment is at the high school there, but Denison used to be kind of out, in the country, and it's still considered kind of out, in the country, but probably not quite as much as it was, say, 25 years ago.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit more growth. They're actually one of the schools in our district that's closer to our size, around 1,300 kids in their school too. But they are experiencing a little bit of growth, but not a lot. I don't see them. I see them staying in 5A Division II for at least another 6 to 8 years. So hopefully we can have somebody like them that we can kind of stay in the same district with and get a rivalry with.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Well, Coach, something that's very special there at the Lake Dallas High School and the Falcon community that you've done a great job of promoting and raising awareness and raising money for a great cause is the annual Pink Out. It kind of starts rolling here in October, and I want to give you the floor here and the platform to reach out to all the Falcon fans out there and share something that I know is near and dear to your heart.
Well, we're teaming up. We've always teamed up with volleyball, but we've got a shirt together with them this year that we're selling. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we like to get together, raise money, find somebody in our district that's going through cancer treatments or something in their family, and try to give them some money to help them out. It's been something we've done for the last 4 or 5 years. It's a really special deal that we really like. It's really neat to be able to help out somebody that's in our community, in our school district, that's going through a tough time with cancer. And so if anybody can look on our football quarterback club website or the volleyball website, if you go to the volleyball game or football games, you'll be able to see the T-shirts. They're volleyball, football together with the pink. So any help we can get, it's going to go straight to somebody here in our district that really needs it.
That's fantastic, Coach. And in this weekly show notes, I'll make sure some notes about that and a link where people can click on that directly and purchase a shirt. Can they purchase them right from the website?
Yeah, they can get them from our website. They can make an order. Christy Tees that helps us out also sells them from her store in Louisville down there on the square on Main Street. So they're pretty easy to find.
Man, I don't know if you've been down to Old Town Louisville in a while, but it's a lot like the Square in Denton. It's becoming really nice, a lot of nice shops and restaurants. So, make sure y'all visit her store down there it's right off Main Street in Louisville, right? Right off the Old Town Louisville.
Right there in the corner of the old part where all that's going on. It's J2 Steakhouse, which is owned by the Murrays. One of our former football players, Michael Murray, and his dad run that. It's a great place to eat as well.
Nice.
You probably eat there. I don't make enough money to eat a place like that. I'm sure you.
Well, Coach, us media folks, we will work for food, so maybe we can work something out there. And you and I go down there. That's what we should do. We should go down there and maybe do one of our weekly shows right from the restaurant. What do you think?
Be careful what you order. You may not be able to pay the bill when it comes back.
Maybe a Monday night. Are they open on Monday nights, or is it so fancy they're just open like Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.